Hello guys, welcome back to the channel Mathematics JEE. This is part of the CBQ series or the concept building question series where we are going to solve selected problems to build our thinking capability for JEE Advanced. As always, I would recommend you to pause the video and attempt this question yourself before seeing the solution. So let us start our discussion. Here it is saying let a equal to this summation r equal to 1 to 8 tan square r pi by 17, and b is product of tan square r pi by 17 where r is running from 1 to 8. Then we are asked to calculate the value of a by b. Now these are two trigonometric series in 10. So the question asks about some summation and some product. Now how to think? Let us focus on the pattern of this series. So here it is summing tan square pi by 17, tan square 2 pi by 17, tan square 3 pi by 17 up to tan square 8 pi by 17. And here it is talking about the product of all those terms. That means if we somehow relate these 8 terms here, tan square pi by 17, tan square 2 pi by 17 up to tan square 8 pi by 17 to the 8 roots of a 8-degree polynomial, we can find the sum of the roots of the polynomial by using theory of equations, and then also we can find the product of all those roots. Then we can determine easily the value of a and b. That means our first task will be to somehow find the polynomial whose roots are this tan square r pi by 17 for r equal to 1 to 8. That means our approach will be this tan square r pi by 17 are the roots of some 8-degree polynomial. So we have to find the polynomial. So here, if we put theta equal to, let's say, pi by 17, we can then find the equation whose roots are tan square r theta. Now, how to find the equation? Let us discuss this step by step. So, here our approach will be, let's say we have any general theta which is pi divided by some odd number, let's say 2n plus 1, where n is a natural number. So we can write this 2n plus 1 times theta is equal to pi. Now we are going to take sine both sides. So we can write this as sine of 2n plus 1 theta is equal to sine pi will be 0. Now we need to expand this left hand side. Yes, you heard it right. We are going to expand this. But how to expand? Are there any expansions of these trigonometric terms? Yes. So let us discuss this. So we are going to discuss expansion. Expansion of, let's say we take a general case of sine n theta and cos of n theta, where n is greater than 1. That means n is greater than equal to 2 and n is a natural number. Now, how we are going to calculate this? We are going to use the concept of complex numbers, or specially De Moivre's theorem. We know a complex number whose modulus is unity can be represented as cos theta plus iota sin theta. So, if we take this z to the power n, let's say, so we take the higher power of this complex number. So, z to the power n will be cos theta plus iota sin theta whole to the power n. Now, by De Moivre's theorem, we know that this expression will give us cos of n theta plus iota times sine n theta. So this we can write by De Moivre's theorem. Now we can use binomial theorem to expand this left hand side. So if we use binomial theorem, we can write this as n C0 cos theta whole to the power n times this 1 plus iota times n C1 cos theta whole to the power n minus 1 into sine theta, then plus this will be I square, so minus 1. So minus n C2, then cos theta whole to the power n minus 2, then sine square theta, and so on. So we can write this left hand side in this form. Now if we compare the real part and imaginary part of both the sides, we can say that comparing real and imaginary parts, we can say that this cos n theta will be the real part of this left hand side. So it will be n C0 cos to the power n theta, then minus n C2 cos theta whole to the power n minus 2 times sine theta, and then alternative plus and minus sign, and so on. And similarly, this sine n theta can be obtained as this nc1 cos theta whole to the power n minus 1, then sine theta, minus nc3 cos theta whole to the power n minus 3 sine cube theta, and plus so on. So now if we use this expansion of sine n theta to expand this sine of 2n plus 1 theta, we will get this 2n plus 1 c1 cos theta whole to the power n, then instead of n we can replace 2n plus 1, so it will be 2n plus 1 minus 1, so 2n, then sine theta minus 2n plus 1 c3 cos theta whole to the power 2n minus 2 times sine cube theta, plus so on, equal to 0. Now if we take this sine theta times cos theta whole to the power 2n plus 1 common, then we will eventually get this equation: 2n plus 1 c0, then 10 to the power 2n theta minus 2n plus 1 c1, sorry c2, then 10 to the power 2n minus 2 theta, plus so on up to minus 1 whole to the power n, 2n plus 1 c, this will be 2n, and then 10 to the power 0 theta. So basically this will be a constant equal to 0. Now we can substitute this tan square theta to be equal to x. So this will be a polynomial in x, n degree polynomial in x. So 2n plus 1 c0 x to the power n minus 2n plus 1 c2 x to the power n minus 1, plus so on up to minus 1 whole to the power n, then 2n plus 1 cn, sorry 2n, equal to 0. So this is the standard form that we have to remember. So now in this question we can see easily that 2n plus 1 is equal to 17. So n is equal to 8. So now we can write the equation as 17 c0 x to the power 8 minus 17 c2 x to the power 7 plus 17 c4 x to the power, this will be 6, minus so on up to, this will be minus 1 whole to the power 8, so plus 17c16 equal to 0. So now we can say the roots are tan square r theta, where r varies from r equal to 1 to r equal to 8. That means the 8 distinct real roots of this equation are tan square pi by 17, tan square pi by tan square 2 pi by 17, and so on up to tan square 8 pi by 17. So we can find the sum of roots, which is equal to summation tan square r theta. So this is according to the question equal to a. So a will be minus this minus 17c2. So 17c2 divided by 17c0, and product of roots will be product of tan square r theta, which is equal to b, which is equal to this constant term divided by this coefficient of x to the power 8. So 17c16 we can write as 17c1 divided by 17c0. So now we can find the ratio a by b. A by b will be 17c2 divided by 17c1. So 17c2 we can write as 17 into 16 by 2, and this will be 17. So our final answer comes up to be equal to 8. So 8 will be the correct answer for this question. I hope you understood the concept behind this question. How we can use the expansion of trigonometric expressions to solve this problem. Now, here is a problem that you can try. You can attempt this question and post the answer in the comments.